In nature, every animal is hunted by something. No matter how fast, how strong, or how intelligent a species is, there is always a predator waiting, except for a few rare cases. Creatures so dominant that nothing actively hunts them. This is the story of animals with no natural predators. Nature is built on balance. Predators control populations. Prey keeps predators in check. This balance is known as the food chain. But at the very top of this chain, some animals exist without fear of being hunted. A natural predator is a living organism that feeds on another living organism, called prey, as a normal part of its survival. This relationship occurs without human intervention and is part of natural ecosystem processes. The predator does not hunt out of cruelty or excess, but because it needs energy to live, grow, and reproduce. Common examples of natural predators include wolves, eagles, lions, snakes, and even small insects such as spiders. Natural predators play a specific role in nature, controlling prey populations. They usually capture weaker, sick, young, or old individuals, which helps keep the remaining population stronger and healthier. For this reason, predation is an essential process for maintaining natural balance. It is important to distinguish between active hunting and occasional death. Active hunting occurs when a predator intentionally searches for prey, using strategies such as pursuit, ambush, speed, strength, or venom. This type of hunting involves instinctive behavior, energy expenditure, and risk to the predator. An example is a feline chasing its prey, or a bird of prey observing and striking at the right moment. In contrast, occasional death does not result from a direct intention to hunt. It happens when an animal dies due to accidents, disease, old age, extreme weather conditions, or other natural factors. In some cases, other animals may take advantage of the body as a food source, but this is not considered active hunting. Animals that feed on remains, such as vultures or certain insects, are called scavengers and are not predators in the classical sense. The main difference between active hunting and occasional death lies in intention and behavior. In active hunting, there is direct action, strategy, and attack. In occasional death, there is no pursuit or attack. The animal simply encounters an existing opportunity. The ecological importance of natural predators is enormous. They help maintain balance within food chains, prevent the overpopulation of certain species, and avoid habitat degradation. Without predators, some prey species could reproduce excessively, consume too many natural resources, and cause serious ecological imbalances. In addition, predators influence prey behavior. The mere presence of a predator causes prey to move more, change feeding patterns, and avoid certain areas, allowing plants and other organisms to regenerate. This effect is known as indirect ecological balance. In summary, natural predators are not villains of nature, but fundamental components of healthy ecosystems. Active hunting and occasional death are distinct natural processes that contribute to the recycling of energy and matter. Protecting predators means protecting the balance of life on the planet. Animal 1. The orca. The orca is not a whale. It is the largest species of dolphin on Earth. And that fact alone changes everything we think we know about power in the ocean. Orcas are not just strong. They are intelligent, strategic, and terrifyingly coordinated. In the ocean, size matters, but intelligence decides who survives. Orcas possess one of the most advanced brains in the animal kingdom. Their brain is larger than that of any other dolphin, and parts of it are highly developed for emotion, memory, and social behavior. They recognize themselves, remember events for decades, and learn through observation rather than instinct alone. Young orcas are taught how to hunt, how to cooperate, and even how to specialize. Different groups of orcas, called pods, develop their own cultures. They use distinct vocalizations, essentially dialects, that are unique to their family group. An orca from one pod may not even understand the calls of another. This intelligence allows them to adapt their hunting techniques to almost any prey in the ocean. Orcas do not hunt alone. They hunt as a unit. Each individual has a role. Some chase. Some block escape routes. Others deliver the final blow. They communicate constantly during a hunt, adjusting their strategy in real time. This level of coordination rivals that of human military tactics. Unlike most predators, orcas don't rely on speed alone. They rely on planning. One of the most famous strategies is wave hunting. Orcas intentionally create waves to knock seals off floating ice. They calculate angle, timing, force, and they practice this behavior repeatedly until younger members learn it. Another strategy involves carousel feeding, where orcas circle schools of fish, releasing bubbles to compress them into a tight ball before striking with precision. Some pods specialize exclusively in fish. Others hunt marine mammals. This specialization is taught, not instinctive, proving just how advanced their learning ability is. Perhaps the most shocking behavior ever documented is the orcas' interaction with sharks. Orcas hunt great white sharks, animals that sit near the top of the food chain themselves. They flip sharks upside down, inducing a state called tonic immobility. Once immobilized, the shark is helpless. In many cases, orcas target only the shark's liver, a nutrient-dense organ rich in energy, and leave the rest of the body untouched. After orcas appear in an area, sharks disappear. Entire populations abandon feeding grounds for months or even years. This is not coincidence. It is fear. There is a simple reason no animal hunts orcas. Orcas have no natural predators. They are too intelligent to be ambushed, too fast to be caught, too powerful to be overpowered, and they are never truly alone. Any animal considering attacking an orca would face not one opponent, but an entire pod. Even the largest sharks and whales avoid them. The risk is absolute. Orcas sit at the very top of the ocean's hierarchy. They decide where other predators can exist. They shape ecosystems without ever needing to dominate every space. Their presence alone changes behavior across the sea. Animal 2, the saltwater crocodile. For over 90 million years, this animal has barely changed. While species evolved, adapted, or disappeared, the saltwater crocodile stayed exactly the same, because it didn't need to change. The saltwater crocodile is the largest living reptile on Earth. An adult male can reach over 6 meters in length and weigh more than a ton. But its true power is not its size. It's what happens when you're close enough to be noticed. The saltwater crocodile has the strongest bite ever recorded in the animal kingdom. Its jaws can close with a force of over 3,700 pounds per square inch. That is stronger than a great white shark, stronger than a lion, stronger than any living creature on Earth. Once those jaws close, there is no struggle. Bones shatter instantly. Escape is impossible. And the most terrifying part, opening its jaws takes very little effort. Closing them is absolute. Crocodiles are masters of invisibility. Their skin blends perfectly with muddy water, riverbanks, and mangrove roots. Their eyes and nostrils sit on top of their head, allowing them to breathe and watch while the rest of their body remains hidden. Often, prey never sees the crocodile at all. There is no chase, no warning, no sound. Just water, and then silence. Attacks by saltwater crocodiles are some of the most brutal documented encounters between humans and animals. Unlike predators that kill quickly, crocodiles drag their prey underwater. They use a movement called the death roll, spinning violently to tear flesh apart and drown the victim. Many attacks happen in shallow water, riverbanks, crossings, places that look safe. The crocodile does not attack often, but when it does not miss. As juveniles, crocodiles are vulnerable. Birds, large fish, even other crocodiles hunt them. But adulthood changes everything. An adult saltwater crocodile has armor-like skin, immense mass, and explosive strength. Few animals can penetrate its defenses. Fewer still are willing to try. Large sharks avoid them, big cats back away. Even other apex predators recognize the risk. To challenge an adult crocodile is to gamble with death, and nature avoids bad odds. The crocodile does not rely on speed. It does not chase. It does not waste energy. It waits. Sometimes for hours, sometimes for days. Animal 3, the polar bear. In the Arctic, strength alone is not enough. Survival requires endurance. In the frozen silence of the Arctic, where temperatures drop far below zero and food can disappear for months, one predator stands above all others. The polar bear. Not because it is the fastest, not because it is the most aggressive, but because it can survive where almost nothing else can. The polar bear is the largest land carnivore on Earth. Adult males can weigh more than 700 kilograms and stretch over 3 meters when standing upright. But this size is not designed for intimidation. It is designed for survival. Every layer of fat is stored energy. Every kilogram increases the time it can live without food. In the Arctic, size is not about power. It is about endurance. The Arctic is unforgiving. Temperatures can drop below -40 degrees Celsius. Winds strip heat from the body. Food can vanish for weeks or even months. The polar bear is perfectly adapted to this reality. Its fur is not white, it is transparent, reflecting light and blending into the snow. Its skin is black, absorbing heat from the weak Arctic sun. Beneath the fur lies a thick layer of fat, sometimes more than 10 centimeters deep, acting as insulation and energy storage. Its paws are wide and fur-covered, spreading its weight over thin ice and providing grip on slippery surfaces. Nothing about the polar bear is accidental. Every feature exists for survival in extreme cold. Adult polar bears have no natural predators. There is no species in the Arctic that actively hunts them. They are too large to overpower, too strong to challenge, and too isolated to be ambushed. Only young cubs face danger from the environment itself or from rare encounters with other bears. Once fully grown, the polar bear stands alone at the top of its world. In rare and extreme situations, polar bears may display occasional cannibalism. This behavior is not common, it is not driven by aggression, and it is not a normal hunting strategy. It occurs during periods of severe food shortage, when sea ice melts too early, when seals become unreachable, or when starvation threatens survival. In these moments, instinct overrides choice. This behavior is situational, not habitual, a response to environmental pressure, not preference. In nature, survival does not follow emotion. It follows necessity. Having no natural predator does not mean being invincible. Being at the top of the food chain does not mean being untouchable. It only means that no species hunts you regularly. Injury, illness, age, and exhaustion still apply. A single weakness can turn dominance into vulnerability. Young animals remain exposed. Harsh environments kill without intent, and scarcity can force dangerous encounters within the same species. Nature offers no guarantees. only time and adaptation. In nature, dominance is never permanent. Even the most powerful species depends on balance. And when that balance breaks, no animal remains untouchable forever. This is Wild Archives.